What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 283 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton Kirby LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the Mecha Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
I was too broke to have fun this week.
And we got the Ray Trace Durag, Madrid Devon.
Bandit Keith Kenjaku can't hurt you. He's not real.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about MomoCon and our experiences with 2024 MomoCon. We're going to be talking about the difficulty of different Persona games, and we're going to talk Kirby. Because Kirby's peak design. He's not going to be on my microphone after this intro, but he'll be back here before the end of the episode. Don't worry. Don't fret. Because the amount of times I've been like, my car was in the garage, and you go for it and you just taste straight BPAs. It's like,
This
What are you
water
drinking?
I just bought from Publix. Spring
Which
water.
one is it? Oh,
well, yeah. Angelina will get the gallons
better
of
than
spring
just
water.
Honey.
That's what I got. The gallons of spring water, and I think it's like literally probably with that Publix or Publix that are in certain neighborhoods and not others. It's like a fucking luck of the draw with the quality of the item that you're gonna get.
Kroger is
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
Consistently poor.
Hey,
No?
man. They got those Kroger deals.
Publix, I feel like,
Publix will make you broke. Publix is
yeah.
expensive. Unless you're getting those BOGOs, Publix is not it.
The thing with Publix is a lot of their shit will be on BOGO, but you don't need to actually get the other item to get the discount for it.
Right,
That's
Kroger's
true.
the same way. Kroger, it'll be like 10 for 10 or 1 for 1,
Yeah.
or 2 for 2.
As long as you got that Kroger card, you're fine.
Oh,
As
yeah.
long as you're plugged into their Kroger ecosystem.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a fucking
I'm here
phone
for it.
number that
I got
that hasn't been in service since I was in elementary school.
I'm going to buy the
That's
Kroger
just the one
brand.
that me and my brothers use for Kroger.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Y'all get that Kroger gas?
Oh, yeah. Kroger
a
and
Kroger
Costco gas? Like, either of those. Costco's the real plug with gas, though. I'll fill mine.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to wait in a 20-minute line for gas.
Hey.
Yeah, that shit's insane. It's like
You gotta
whenever
really
I
go on a
to the
weekday.
mall-
Yeah, you really got to go
Oh,
on a
yeah.
weekday.
The real problem with Costco is parking, because the gas, it moves, especially the one out on Venture. That's the one that I've been going to lately. And that has 6 lanes, and it does not stay piled up, because it's 6 lanes of 3 pumps. So you're in a line of 7 people, and you're up
all
there.
pumping.
Only the first 3
Everyone
are
gets
pumping.
3 pumps.
Only the first 3 are pumping. The second 3, they gotta wait, and then you gotta wait for the second 3 to be done, and then you're gonna be at the first pump.
Yo,
So whenever you're done, you can just go. You don't have to wait on anybody.
they gotta fluff it for you. I get it. I'm familiar with the game.
We are a grown-ass video game podcast talking about where we get gas at what grocery store.
Look, this is the in your
Who's doing the
30s.
pumping?
Mhm.
It's if you're in your 30s and you're not thinking about where you're buying your gas, you're doing it wrong.
You're absolutely correct. You can't just be going anywhere. Quick Trip, Racetrack, they're too high.
Right. Quick Trip is for the snacks.
Quick Trip is.
Although-
for the snacks.
I will say I was a Quick Trip loyalist because I worked there. But Racetrack, their little hot food section has been kind of
The
been
one,
coming up.
the one by
It's
my
been coming
job just is
Quick Trip tacos
consistently
ain't shit. The roller
ransacked.
food is better than Racetrack, sure.
Yeah, roller
But
food. Goated.
they got chicken tenders now. They got pizzas.
How
pretty
long
much
has that
the same.
food been in there rolling?
You don't think about that.
Right? Yeah.
What's the
If
answer
it's
though?
if it's well, actually, it's supposed to only be there for like 4 hours. So you like cook it on the back end, which the last 3 rows in the back are the hot ones. That cooks the food, and then you put it on the front 4, and that keeps it warm, like up to temp. But after 4 hours, you're supposed to switch it out.
Hey, so what happens to the ones that have been
You throw
sitting
it
for
away.
4 hours? Can you all
Yeah,
eat them?
because people know. Oh, you can. That's how I used to survive. They paid me $11 an hour. That's how I
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. I too am somebody who survived off of my job's
Terrible
food.
food. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
I
all
mean,
worked in the
so much-
restaurant industry. Like,
Yeah.
So much fucking white rice. Like I'm sure
Mm.
that was doing long term. White rice and soy sauce. That shit was doing long term damage to me.
To be fair, moving to a restaurant and not a gas station,
Yeah,
getting
for-
fed from my job's food is way better.
well, going from a Subway to a real restaurant was like, I was.
Because that bread is practically cake.
That bread is plastic.
That shit is yoga mats. It has
Yeah.
more BPAs than the water that I'm drinking right now. That's chocolate.
Yeah. I
Your
feel
health
like
does
this is well-worn territory on the Cheesy Controller podcast. Like, we don't need to get into the dark lore of Subway.
No.
But
You know what it is at this
Just
point.
listen to the beginning episodes. It's fresh on Anton's brain.
No, I had been working at Son of My Belly for a minute
Oh, yeah,
by
yeah,
that
that's,
point.
that's true. That's true. But the hate was still there.
Yeah, the hate is still there.
And now he's learned to hate baguettes as well.
Oh, don't hate baguettes.
No, I fuck with baguettes at any point.
Yeah, a nice baguette.
Some crostini.
Yeah.
But it's what they represent.
Oh no, they're more like Gruyere. Like,
Ooh.
I just don't fuck with Gruyere because of their.
That's a
Somebody
solid cheese. You're
Somebody
just like
described it
canceling.
as smelling like a rat's ass, and
No, you're not wrong.
I was like, yeah.
I mean-
it smells like sweet booty.
Imagine having like multiple
Blue
items on
cheese
a
smell like
menu that you're
Gorgonzola?
prepping.
Smells worse.
I don't like
Gruyere
blue
is
cheese
great, though.
particularly either, but that's not like
Yeah.
a anger at a workplace thing. But yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean Gruyere is just the worst one, and then it would just like
Manchego.
create a
I fucks with
fucking
Manchego.
powder, like a fucking mist of Gruyere ass cheese smell, and it would just fucking go straight into your brain.
I had to work the station that was generating the Gruyere
would
ass
coat
smell cheese.
The inside of your nostrils. I had to as well.
I don't know
When
if
they
it's
were-
just
when
part
they
of
were
my
like, "Oh,
culture, but
Madrid,
I'd sniff it up.
we need you
I'm
in the
here for
back of house. All of us, we can't do that work in the kitchen. We need you to do it. We don't want to hire somebody else, but we're gonna pay you less than who we hire to do the shit.
Oh.
I remember they had one of those guys like legit from like, down the street, and I found out he was making more than me. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? He's getting paid how much more than me? Is it because he's white?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably what it was, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean, sure, more experience. I mean, yeah, he was like twice my fucking age, but more experience there. Like, come on now, I'm undervalued. That's why I love.
Yep.
Fuck them.
Yep.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fuck them ovens. Fuck like.
Fuck the ghost that was in there.
I can't say much because I'm definitely that guy.
I first started playing Pokemon Go in that kitchen.
Did it have a
Yeah.
Pokestop?
No.
Yeah. There was one like next door or something.
So eventually the mural that's there is one. So like if I drive past now, like there is one.
If I drive past now, I'm doing this every
Yeah, there's
fucking time.
Yeah, there's that.
no hesitation.
Oh yeah. I got multiple sun in my belly.
Mm-hmm.
Former, like, now resting place of homilies.
Oh yeah. Ooh. God, if I could go piss on it. right on the Napoleon.
You somehow hit the awning, like you just like arc it up so high.
It has enough force and trajectory that it
Right.
reaches. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's gonna have to recruit me after that. It's like, man, god damn, you're a real pisser. God damn, boy. you can do some pissing, boy. God damn. You got the piercing blood pissing.
Oh shit!
Somebody didn't understand that, like on Sunday at MomoCon, like somebody was clapping at all the chosus, and like, right, and they were like, yeah, I gotta clap at all the chosus, and they were like, why do you gotta do that? And everybody looked at them, they're like, what, like, that's the whole like,
That's what he does.
right.
Even if you just watch the anime, his episode, this shit turned into first person shooter. He's just up here, fucking
right.
laser beam.
Well, while we're on MomoCon, I guess we should just like get to the topic of the show, because both of us went to MomoCon 2024. It's my second year in a row. Didn't get a press pass this year, but was granted free 4-day access. Still got my badge on my desk.
Noise. Yeah, my bad.
Hell yeah.
I don't feel like getting up.
I
didn't get a shirt though. I actually meant to get one.
Lana came through. I hit her up. I was like, hey, I'm not trying to go to the con today, but I missed the shirts yesterday. Can you get me shirts? And she called me.
What was the design?
It's like a chef this year. So like,
yeah, it was food inspired.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I think there's always a hero and a villain side. The hero side was the chef, and then the villain side was like she was a food critic.
Well, that makes sense. But yeah, I was on the hero side, like
So mad. I shouldn't have asked.
because when you buy the shirt, like at the main MomoCon thing, they're like hero or villain, and like just instinctually, I said hero last year, so now
Nice.
Yeah, I just go for whoever's got the cooler vibe.
I think I'm just gonna stick hero.
Is it too like? Can we?
Oh yeah, it is a chef. Like, see, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I'm gonna buy it for twice the price on eBay.
Well, I mean that's not terrible because I think they were $15. Like,
Oh, that's not bad.
right?
Yeah,
So
I
even
It's not
30
like going
bucks.
to the mall and buying a T-shirt with a graphic on it now. Naruto shirts are like $30.
Now
on
in the
Hot Topic for
dealer's
no reason.
room, if you wanted the really cool shirts,
The
those
dealer's
shirts.
room?
Yeah, so downstairs at MomoCon is like Artist Alley and the dealer's room and the car showcase and the arcade. Like, so like the Congress Center is like several floors, but like that basement floor is the biggest floor, and it has.
I'm glad the layout is like pretty much the same every time. Too.
I'm glad that this year it was fewer people because like just because last year we only went Saturday, and this year Saturday we got there and we're like, whoa, this is like significantly less people. Like that main escalator that has like everybody at all times. Like even that.
Yeah, you're right. It probably was more people last year, because I remember being like where that bar is, like when you kind of first walk in. Like I remember that shit just being packed and like a metric fuck ton of people outside as well.
It was too hot to be outside for too long.
It was too hot to be outside. It was too humid. There was just a thunderstorm that morning.
Right. Oh, Monday was worse. Monday was in the
yeah.
90s. Like Saturday and Sunday were in the like mid to high 80s, but like Monday was 90, and it was like there is absolutely no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was smoking ribs and I moved that thing like, at least 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, that's fair. I think overall it was a pretty good time. I mean, I didn't really engage with with any of the panels, honestly.
I went to one panel, which is like I didn't go to any last year. I just kind of hung out and like chilled and like met up with people that I knew. But like this year,
that was me last year. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I went to any panels because I was basically dolo. So if anything,
well, yeah, we were just kind of like we were just kind of traveling with the pack of people that we found that we knew, and
basically.
Controllerize was a great uniter this year because like I just saw like go down the Rolodex of Controllerize names. Like I saw Francois, I saw Paul, I saw Coop, I saw like just I didn't see Nilak and I didn't see Takamaru, but I saw both of them last year.
I saw Takamaru when I was leaving Publix on Monday. Was it Monday? Was it Sunday? It was one of those days. No, it was Sunday because Monday was whatever. But I was like, yeah, I was at Momo yesterday. He was like, yeah, man, I couldn't even go. So, shouts out to Takamaru.
Shouts out Controllerize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just had their 7 years. I'm mad I missed it.
They're at 7 years now?
Yeah. Over 7 years at this point.
Yeah. I had to
wow.
We had like an awkward situation with the bouncers leaving last time, so I'm like, I'm kind of good on it for a while.
It's always the bouncers, like,
because I'm like, bro,
is it Monday Night's bouncers or is it?
It'll be Controllerizer's bouncers. Like they had the one that was cool, but like,
there's always one dude that was extra grabby.
Like this dude, like fucking. You're nuts. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all up in there.
Ow, nuts. And I'm like, all right, that's not a good sign. But when we were leaving, we kind of like went out of that gate that's right there. And after that, they started tripping. I'm like, bro, they're like, yeah, go back in and go around. I'm like, they're like, no, what the fuck? If this was a big deal, y'all would have been patrolling the gate, doing your fucking job instead of coming back after the fact, trying to get us to do some extra shit.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And they were like threatening us. I'm like, bro,
you're fucking leaving.
Don't do this. Don't do this. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna sue you. So I'll make your life hell. Cause like, what are we like fighting the bouncer?
Right. Yeah. That's a losing fight. Like
that's a losing fight. Even if you can beat them, you're gonna be in the wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like even me like I feel like I can fight like but like everybody like every bouncer I've encountered in my entire like career of going places with bouncers like not a single one do I think I could take on any day. Like they just be huge for no fucking reason. It's like brick wall status of like
shouts out to the bouncers that be big as fuck but like a teddy bear,
right?
They're like cool as hell.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, even
with.
Those like I'm not gonna
do anything.
They'll fuck you up the most,
right?
Oh, I've seen them switch. Once you see them switch, you're like, that's okay. You are nice for a reason.
You're a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that left a weird taste in my mouth. So I mean, okay. I'm good.
Yeah, but
I mean, congrats.
Yeah,
7 years.
But yeah, so this year I forgot Pokemon Go, one of the best like 3-day stretches of me playing Pokemon Go ever. I got a
just imagine your little fucking go
multiple times.
Just everybody with their Pokeball in hand.
Yeah, because it was me, Alana, and Ash. We all had our Go pluses. Like people around us were like downloading Pokemon Go. It's like, no, you can't roll with the big dogs right now. Like, you're completely out of your depth. Like,
you're outgunned, baby.
But
Have
yeah,
they not made any
Hilarious.
other Pokeball plus Pokeball
no,
options?
we
plus,
did
plus?
this. Hold on.
Yeah, we did this a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, we did
We
this a
went
couple
down
of
the
ago.
levels of.
No. I'm saying like, is there a Great Ball? Is there a Fast
No, it's just
No,
Ball?
a
you
Is
can
there?
get
Pokeball.
cases.
That's
I don't
lame.
want
Like,
to do
bro,
that.
they need to take that next step and
It's like
fucking
getting them big ass cases for the fucking iPods. Or
yeah. Create a new Pokeball. Like, what the fuck? Make a Pokemon Go Pokeball, right? Like, really, like lean into it.
I could see them doing that.
Yeah, in
Like
like
a
12
Go
years.
Ball. Like that sounds like something they do in Pokemon Go.
who was that dude in Gen 2 that used to make the Pokeballs?
Ah, fuck.
Kurt,
Yeah, Kurt. None of them worked. None of
bring me
them did what he said they were
corns.
supposed to do, but
Yeah, like, oh
shout out to
yeah, I
him.
got this heavy ball. Let me use this on them fat fucks. You know,
And then
on
it
them
like
on them
caught the
health on
lightest
them husky
Pokemon.
boys. Yeah, there was the love ball. It was
The
like,
love
yeah,
ball actually like was supposed to catch the Pokeball that was
catch
Pokemon that was opposite your sex, and it catch the Pokemon that was the same as yours.
The Gay
Yeah.
they try
Ball.
to tell.
None of the Pokeballs in Gen 2 worked. They were all messed up. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we know how much
I
compression
never
there
knew
was
that
on
back
that
when I
game.
was like 5, 6 years old.
Right, but now knowing what I know about how Gen 2 came to be, it's like, oh yeah, that completely makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
they compressed that game
hell.
so much that they
Mhm.
were able to just put Gen 1 in it because.
It's a very bastardized version of Gen
Why
1.
did they compress it so much?
Because they put 2 games in one.
Well, no, it was Iwata that like discovered like the compression method that because the game wouldn't have been able to fit on a cartridge.
I can just see him with the cartridge just physically compressing it. It's like,
Right.
this is my curse technique. Data compression.
Yeah, Iwata.
What's
R.I.P.
he?
The goat.
R.I.P.
Damn. To be fair.
Yeah, the
honestly,
game
right.
wouldn't have been able to fit on a Game Boy cartridge, and then and that was just with Johto.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the compression
Imagine we
tool,
got that bitch on 64.
man, it's the Switch.
I would never would have played it then, actually. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had a PlayStation 1.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
I would have been over there with
Also
my
PlayStation.
Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Like
My
I don't
brother
even
had
know.
a 64 for like all of a couple weeks, and he
I've
was like,
still
"Nah, I don't
never
like it."
owned
And he
the
had
64
fucking
for
Madden on it.
myself.
He had
Fucking
what?
Madden on a 64. He was like, "Yeah, I don't really like it."
Madden back then was okay.
And took it back.
Yeah, like because it was sprites, it was definitely more arcadey. Like
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't better than like playing Madden on PlayStation.
No, it was all the same. Madden on PlayStation. I mean, back in the day, Madden was hard to play.
I mean, I don't know. I probably played 2 Madden games like on PS1 ever, and like had no idea what I was doing. I remember one time somebody had me set up a PS2, and like the game that they had me set it up to play was Madden, and I was like,
Also, still
I'll
bad.
check it out.
That's
But-
what real gamers play.
Yeah,
All right.
Real gamers play Madden. On
Madden and
PS2.
Call of Duty players are
Legend
carrying
is-
the industry on their fucking
Legend
backs.
of Zelda bullshit. None of that goddamn Pokemans
Mhm.
and ARPGs and all this other bullshit.
Right?
Nothing but football and guns, baby.
Nobody wants any of that Euro jank around here.
No.
Yeah. God damn it. Unless it's my AK-47 with my TikTok skin and my Nicki Minaj back bling. The BBL on the side.
Man, the Call of Duty, like,
I did see Black Ops. Was it 6?
yep, Black Ops 6.
I did see that, and I was like,
It's coming to Game Pass day 1.
I know. I don't have Game Pass anymore, so that's not
Oh,
like
yeah,
really
true.
a.
They took a stand. maybe not last episode.
I will definitely.
An episode ago.
I'll see what they show me in June on June 8th or June 9th.
As long as it's not Juneteenth.
One of those two. That's fair.
Like, yeah, I don't think we should drop a Black Ops trailer on.
But there's a black guy on the cover.
Oof.
It's woke now.
It's a black guy on Black Ops.
Did we talk about people being mad about Assassin's Creed Shadows and just
Oh my god, I don't think we did, but that's hilarious.
We're not trying to bait anyone. Like, these controversial opinions are not our own.
I mean, you could yell at my Twitter account if you feel like it. Probably won't see it, but like that's something you're free to do.
I feel like this podcast has definitely tried to debate a lot of people since day one.
Oh yeah, Battlefield people, you can still at me. Like to any Battlefield defenders out here to this day, you can still like at me and give me any reason that Battlefield is good, even remotely.
Yeah.
But
just don't like be wrong. An opinion's an opinion, but like don't be wrong at facts. Like take a second, do a research. I know the internet's right there, and you can react in the matter of seconds. But you could also research.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but people can't read. Like when you look at the national like reading level, people just. Like, and social media is so text-based. So the reason it devolves so quickly is because people cannot read. They will react to certain words in a tweet that they understand what those words are, but outside of those words, like they're not reading the full statement of what is being said, like 90% of the time.
Crazy.
Yeah, reading comprehension is like
just literacy.
Yeah, I mean, some people can read, but they do not understand what the fuck they read.
Mm-hmm.
Like they see the words, they understand those words, but it doesn't click. And a lot of people also have, like the people who can read, who are literate and have understanding, they have something called cognitive dissonance. That's when they can't see their own shit and fucking make sense out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of been this Yasuke situation where people are like upset because Assassin's Creed features a black samurai. It has two protagonists, a Japanese,
a native Japanese woman, a kunoichi,
but she's a woman.
They don't care about that. They don't.
Right,
like,
that is not right. That is not.
Wait, really?
It's so bad that's not even like a. Nobody cares. Like,
they're really.
Yeah.
Just
even though Yasuke is a real historical,
samurai.
Right? Yeah, and people are like, oh, he was just a retainer. Do you know what a retainer is?
Do I know what a retainer is?
The people who are
in the feudal
in the context system, of being like Nobunaga's retainer. Do you know what that entails?
I don't know what it means.
You know how you have a right hand man, and you know how you have like fingers? They would be like a finger, you know, and you know what that hand wields? A fucking katana, because what? They're a fucking samurai.
Right.
Like, come on now. I know y'all watch One Piece. Like, what the fuck?
I know you watch
Odin's clique, retainers, and what were they all? Samurai. That was just his personal guard. You are their personal guard. You probably have a unit that you command. You're not some Joe Schmo.
That's crazy.
Right. But yeah, people are legit, and they're like, oh, so now Assassin's Creed decides to like actually use a historical figure as the MC, because none of the previous MCs have been real people. And the one time, like, they're like, all right, they're finally doing Japan.
Ezio Auditore wasn't a real person?
Hmm?
Then who wrote the fucking Da Vinci Code? The
Everybody.
Black Flag guy didn't really exist? No, nah, man.
The
That's
Kenway line. We all played as Edward Kenway's dad, or maybe that was Edward Kenway, for several hours at the beginning of Assassin's Creed 3, when you just wanted to be a dope Native American assassin running through the woods. No, you're in a theater and like
no rhythm.
no rhythm. There was no theater rhythm at MomoCon this year. I was severely like hurt because that was the first thing I did. I got there and I'm like, I'm gonna go play theater rhythm.
Where is it?
And I went to the arcade section and walked around and could not find it. I did see Taiko no Tatsujin, but that's like a staple. And I did see Pokken Tournament, like, and Tekken, like.
Glad to see that's going strong.
I mean, strong is debatable. But yeah, I saw a Tekken 7 cabinet. I saw an Astro City cabinet in person, which was cool. I wasn't going to play anything on it, but like, I was like, that's an Astro City cabinet. Those are really cool.
Nice.
But, and they had like some actual, like, legit, just like old school, like Sega arcade cabinets, stuff like that. Like, from the American side, like, of American arcades, or I guess Western arcades. But they also had, like, the Japanese arcade side of things, which is cool. But I was just hurt. Last year there was only one theater rhythm cabinet. This year there were none. But this year I didn't get to see as many games last year. This year I was able to really walk around the arcade area. And because I was looking for theater rhythm, I'm just like walking up and down the aisles and seeing all the different games being played. And so yeah, Tekken 7 had more of a crowd than Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament, it was cool, like, seeing that controller, because they sold, like, the arcade version. That was, like, one of the...
Is it just like a Pokeball?
No, it's it's like a D-pad and 6 buttons. So it's like A, B, X, Y, and then, like, 1, 2, or whatever. So, like, you can do the fighting inputs like a fight stick on it, instead of using your triggers for like that, like the heavy, like there's like so it's light, medium, heavy.
I really do feel like that game would do so well if they just took it off of the Switch. Gave it to everybody else?
No.
Tekken
8 exists.
But yeah, Pokemon, it's Pokemon. It's going to do numbers. Pokemon will do numbers no matter what.
I have Pokken Tournament on Wii U and Switch, and I can tell you, as like a major Pokemon fan, Pokken Tournament needs to stay dead.
We're gonna get into that.
I thought it was fun when I first played it.
It's fun for like,
it's like I guess it's like
hour.
A gimmick. Yeah, it's like a gimmick like VR.
I mean, right. It's like, oh, this is cool. And then right now you're in a position where you could play Tekken 7, you could play Tekken 8. Both of those are superior games.
You can play name Pokemon, you can play it.
Well,
if you own it.
If you caught it, gotta catch them all.
All right, Chris, don't give me that shit.
I don't catch shit.
I'm 3 Pokemon away from completing my Kanto Dex. I got 148 out of 151.
Hey, I'm halfway through my Kanto.
What are you missing?
Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres.
Damn.
1, 2, 3.
You've never done a raid with those in them?
We did that Moltres that one time, and you were there. Yeah, like that didn't happen. And
that did not happen. I don't think I've seen a lot of legendary birds. I've not seen not one Lugia, and Hodo.
Well, that's because Gen 3 is kind of the focus of like this year. Because they did Groudon and Kyogre, they did their primals, they both were Giovanni Shatta. Rayquaza is next season. Necrozma and Rayquaza are like the box legendaries, or like the loading screen legendaries for the next
Okay.
season. That starts
Cool.
beginning of June, like first week of June. New right, new
Shout out birthday
spawns. Hell
season.
yeah! But yeah, I'm trying to evolve my Poipole. I need to catch 2 more dragon types. And since Dratini's in the wild, Dratini, Axew, and Bagon are all wild spawns currently. I just
Mhm.
gotta like wait.
Got it. Throughout the week, I really got to remember that Pokemon Go exists.
Yeah, it'll.
I gotta
You
remember
know,
video games exist.
Pokemon Go. That's the thing. Having one of
That's
these.
gaming as
Oh
an
yeah,
adult.
my Pokemon are going. You know, I just got my 3rd badge.
I do have a question. Have you played any Persona 3?
I
It's
almost.
okay to say no. You can. It's okay.
I'm trying to think of the last time I booted up my PlayStation. Was last Thursday where I played FIFA for about EA Sports FC for about an hour and a half before closing my PlayStation tonight. Open it up again. I
I
think I've
play.
just kicked video game addiction, y'all. I think that's just what it is.
Kurt?
I'm still deep in it. Like Hades has been like I was in that post rebirth slump, but now Hades has been because I am right there. I am on the I'm on the
Granted,
precipice of
I will
like
say to your addiction, 14's coming next month.
this is really playing well for the audio.
It could. I'm doing a confused hand sign, unsure, if you will. I could, cause they're still charging me, so
Yeah.
I should, right?
Mhm.
Right.
That'll be the thing that'll get you to log in and play, do at least one set of dailies. It's like,
Or I
damn.
cancel my subscription.
I still got to
Dun, dun,
pre-order
dun.
that shit.
Oh no,
Yeah, I haven't
I'm
that's
so glad it's at the end of the month.
Friday.
I haven't bought any video games.
Right, because you went hard for like a couple months there of just like. I've been pacing myself all year.
Yeah.
This Elden Ring DLC's pre-ordered.
I
Dawn
bought
Trail.
Tekken. Probably shouldn't have bought Tekken with the amount that I play it. I mean, I love Tekken; it's great, but I just do not. I do not play it. Bought Persona 3. Do not regret that at all. Helldivers. Probably didn't have to buy that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
I feel
shouldn't
that.
have in the grand
But
scheme of
hype-
things.
the hype got me. You know,
The hype got
I'm
me
not
too.
mad about it. I'm down to play.
It's a cool ass game.
Right. I've hit the Discord multiple times at this point and been like, but
I swear.
I wasn't free.
yeah, it's
Honestly-
never the opportune
honestly,
time. Apparently, I just
it
went
was
and played
it was
Hades.
40, it was about $40, and that is
Yeah.
probably the hardest that I've laughed playing a game in years. So
Yeah.
I think it's justified. I can say it's justified.
I want to support Helldivers whether I play it or not because it is such a solid game. And they've done many things right that many games have not done right.
Yeah, but they did a lot wrong too. I just gotta like
I don't know if
Sony.
it's Helldivers has done
Did they
wrong
do
or
it
if
wrong?
it's Sony themselves.
Well, I mean,
You can talk.
Tomato, tomato.
I'm here to listen.
right? It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B with it. It's just like you can't like. Yes, Sony is to blame to a certain extent in this, but it's not entirely Sony's fault.
That's fair.
Like they knew that they would have to have the PSN integration in the game. Like they made the decision to like have it be optional at the beginning just so they could get that influx of players and like ride the momentum, like the explosive out the gate momentum that game had. They didn't make it clear. Like even though to me it was like one of those abundantly clear things of like, yeah, for crossplay you always have to log into some sort of external
Right.
like thing. So PlayStation games, especially, it's crazy because Ghost of Tsushima came out on PC, and some of my PSN friends that I know have gone completely PC, Necro Illusion. Some of those PlayStation friends that have gone completely PC, I see Get Online on PlayStation on PC playing Ghost of Tsushima. So
hmm Well, okay. So my only rebuttal is they had a system at launch that worked. I can play with PS5 players because I bought it on my PC. It was fine. Did they do it not know like knowing that they were going to have to do
yes,
PS5 integrations in the future to get
yes.
numbers up so they don't get
Mm,
canned like everybody else is getting canned in the industry?
well, I mean, they're not owned by Sony, so
Are
they
they not owned by
Sony
Sony?
could.
It's like a Sony Entertainment, right?
They're a
Or
second party team. They're an
okay.
independent team that's being like the game is published by Sony, but Sony doesn't own them.
Everything like well, everything that I see like is like this is Sony's best-selling game of like
Right, because
fastest grossing game. All
Yeah.
this like
it's
it's
a
giving
second
Sony
party.
all the props for. So
It's
I'm just gonna lump them together.
I'm just saying it's not a first party game. Like if
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2 had came out and bombed, like
yeah.
Sony would be able to shut down Insomniac.
Okay.
Sony cannot like Stellar
Please
Blade is
don't
a
shut them
second
down.
party game. Shift
Okay.
like Sony can't shut down Shift Up because they don't own them. Rise of the Ronin, Koei Tecmo is not owned by Sony. Like all of these games are
Hmm.
exclusive and
Yeah.
published by PlayStation, but PlayStation doesn't own any of these teams. That's why it
Yeah.
was a big deal when they got Insomniac after the original Spider-Man. That's why it was a big deal when they got Blue Point after the Demon Souls remake. Because technically, technically Returnal was a second-party game. They didn't own Housemarque until after Returnal came out. Like, so now Sony could shut down Housemarque, but if like Returnal
Mm-hmm.
came out and bombed, Sony wouldn't have been able to do shit to Housemarque. Like, and
They'd be
while
like, damn, that's crazy.
right.
Oh
Uh,
well.
okay. Yeah. Thank you. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, so that's kind of the difference with like so Helldivers Arrowhead is not owned by PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
The game is published by Sony, yes. But yeah,
Okay.
Arrowhead isn't owned by Sony yet. I think
So.
they kind of make sense as an acquisition.
Mhm.
Like in keeping with PlayStation, it's like you publish a second party game for PlayStation. It does super well. PlayStation buys you and then
Mhm.
fund like and PlayStation's only shut down like a couple studios.
Mhm.
Like in
I mean, they're
compare
nowhere near Xbox. I will tell you that.
right. They shut down the studio behind Concrete Genie and they shut down the studio behind
Let's
Blood
get
and
rid
Truth.
of our weird niche games, you know?
Yeah.
That was kind of their play.
Well yeah, like
It
Sony
is
said they
corporate
weren't
consolidation is never good. I gotta say that since Jaylen's not here. Corporate
yeah.
consolidation is never good. So I
No.
mean, I hope they don't acquire Arrowhead.
No.
But
I mean,
unless
Xbox is
Arrowhead's
proving
like,
that
yeah,
point.
this is going to make our lives better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
In which case, go for it. You
they're
know?
also in the position of like not having to buy the cow and getting the milk for free because that's
That's such a terrible term to use in 2024.
no.
Buying the cow and getting the milk for free? Everybody knows that.
I'm saying
I get what you're saying. It's not in a sexist way.
right. This is talking about like literally corporations and game
A
studios.
literal cow being milked.
Right. In this case, Arrowhead. You know,
Uh-huh.
because they got Helldivers too. They got their successful live service game out of the studio, and like
Yeah.
even Shift Up, like Stellar Blade did well, and they don't have to go buy Shift Up now. They don't have to have Nikke Goddess of Victory as a first party PlayStation game. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
if they want to do a Stellar Blade 2, they totally can. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Thanks for the
Possibilities.
education, because I mean, you listen to Jalen enough,
right.
love them to death, but you're gonna think everything is PlayStation's fault and everything is Xbox's fault. And while I still think everything is Xbox's fault, thanks for clearing up the
First,
Yeah.
PlayStation.
because it's first party, second party, and then third party. And
Yeah,
like we know what first party is, and we know what third party is. Like EA, Ubisoft, Square Enix, like all of those is third
Yeah.
right.
party. But
Shit. Even with Xbox, like I can't even say all of it's their fault because some of it's definitely Microsoft's fault.
mm, I think
Because
it's
I would say like corporate pressures kind of make you make stupid decisions.
Well, I mean, I
You
know
know.
definitely it's like it might be some of Activision's fault that did all of these things expecting the Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, whatever, to do great, and then it didn't, and then Xbox bought them, and now they're in a
well,
deficit. Like you can totally try to do that, but like at the end of the day, you're kind of right. Like Microsoft is kind of looking down at Xbox, like you're not doing anything
You all
right.
spend a lot of money.
you're right.
You spend a lot of money, and I'm seeing nothing from
That's
it.
a
Well,
historic amount.
that's
Hmm.
why like they confirmed like earlier today that Black Ops 6 is going to be day 1 Game Pass.
Hmm.
And but when they were
I've got to
looking,
know the Game Pass numbers. I really want game. I really want Xbox to be honest and say what they're doing with Game Pass.
I
Like,
mean,
what are they giving to these studios that
oh, you're
aren't?
never going to get those numbers. I
I
promise you'll
I know.
never ever like those numbers would be
I'm so
really
pissed
Get
off
a
that I will
dev,
never get a Hi-Fi Rush 2. It's just like
get a
it.
dev plug, and that's going to be your best bet.
Yeah,
even
I
they don't know
I
that like
yeah, but they signed a non-disclosure.
well no, like
They'll
legitimately
disclose to just
listening
you.
to developers like a lot of times the reason they'll have people wishlist their game on Steam and like do stuff like Steam achievements, trophy tracking, like Xbox achievement tracking, Steam concurrence, because they don't have those actual like sales numbers. Like when you hit certain milestones, you get like, hey, here's the, like you sold 3 million copies. But a lot of times you're not like, especially if you're working with a big publisher, on the developer level, you don't like you can kind of tell like based off like YouTube trends, but you don't know the number your game sold. Like your
That's fine.
publisher will know that, but like a lot
Do
of
they just
time,
like decide not to tell you, or do they just like, oh, that's not important?
Steam does give all the information. So
well,
shout out to
yeah, that's
Robbie in
why,
the chat. Steam does give all the information of the sales.
right?
That's how kind of like I
But
knew the ballpark of what Hi-Fi made is based off of Steam sales, but Game
right,
Pass,
but
Xbox won't disclose any of that information.
right. They'll tell you how many players because a lot of people played Hi-Fi on Game Pass and didn't buy Hi-Fi, and they
Hmm.
still aren't going to tell you how much is sold on PlayStation. Even like Tango is dissolved. Like any of those people could straight up just be like, "Hey, in the couple weeks before they shut us down, it was selling X amount on PlayStation," but I guarantee they don't have those numbers.
I,
Microsoft has those numbers. Sony has those numbers.
it,
Tango didn't have those numbers.
I honestly don't know if I can forgive Xbox
Don't.
because I enjoyed that game so goddamn much.
You don't have to.
I
Right.
know.
They're not a
I like,
person.
but like I see Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which I would have probably enjoyed without Xbox's name on it.
It's not going to be on there. Hi-Fi came to PlayStation, and I was wholly expecting there to be a Microsoft Game Studio splash screen. It wasn't. It was just Tango, like, and then into like Speed Tree or whatever
Good.
third party. Like,
Because Tango worked their ass off. They made two very good games that
oh no, it was
I as a
Bethesda.
gamer hold dear to my heart, and that's Evil Within and Hi-Fi Rush.
Did Hi-Fi Rush make it to Switch, or is that just
No.
not going to happen?
No, it
Uh,
didn't. I don't think
I
it
think it's
could
a
have.
Switch 2 thing. I think it
Yeah.
was like planned for Switch 2, but I don't think that's happening.
So yeah,
Well, Xbox will do it. They own the rights to the game.
Yeah, but I don't think there is no red line. Like, that's what Microsoft has been saying is like, oh no, there is nothing is sacred. Like,
Hmm.
so yeah, that's I
yeah,
totally see.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Xbox does. I'm waiting on Halo on PlayStation. I'm ready for it. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, at
they
this
might as
point,
well.
they're dissolving. So I don't necessarily. I had high hopes for Xbox to finally make a comeback. I don't care if they ever. I wish they would just fail and all of their games would just go away forever.
well, that's like where the point. So, you
They
were
had two
talking
good
about
generations,
seeing
They
Microsoft
did.
in front of Call of Duty this year. You're not. It's going to boot to Activision, and then it's going to do Treyarch, and then it's going to be in conjunction with High Moon, Raven, Beanox, like all of these Toys for Bob. Well, no, not Toys for Bob.
Toys R Us
What's
is indie now.
yeah? Toy.
They're
They are
making
free.
Pyro 4.
They're a second party.
Is that confirmed, or is that just an alleged fan
Yeah,
theory?
it's confirmed. They confirmed it.
No, they haven't confirmed it yet. They
Yeah, they
were
have. They tweeted out, "We've gone indie."
yeah, but they didn't
No,
say
the
what they
Spiral
were
4.
making. Yeah, the Spiral
Oh, no,
4.
no, no, no. But there's so many like
Summer Game Fest is in a couple
if
weeks.
you're in
Like,
that ecosystem, they've like the
Yeah,
things that they have
I've
tweeted
seen
kind
the
of like
rumblings. I was just like, wait,
points
did they
to
confirm that?
Spyro 4. Yeah.
yeah, they updated their website with like a new logo and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm
they
here for
haven't. The
whatever Toys
game
for Bob is
hasn't
making.
officially. They have not come out and said Spyro 4, but
But at the same point, why couldn't they make Tango the same thing?
because that's probably just not how the structure works with Japanese teams. Like, because a lot of the
I'm
times
angry.
you and then a lot of the talent left Tango. Like, I guess they saw the writing on the walls and were like,
No.
peace. Because Nakamura, the one who was on stage for Ghostwire Tokyo, like,
Mm-hmm.
she was gone. Mikami was gone. Like, all of the. So, a lot of the, like.
Yeah, Mikami's doing his own. He wants to do his own studio,
Well, he's probably going to do.
like a.
Is it Mikami? What's the. Because it's M2 is the studio, and one of them. Hold on. Tango Dev.
Yeah, might as well be.
Right, Tango
Accurate.
GameWorks.
Mm.
Company philosophy. All right, I need your Wikipedia. I don't need your like homepage.
The Tinder
Shinji Mikami. Okay, so yeah, Shinji Mikami. I was right, and it looks like he is going to go work with the guy that just left Capcom, like recently. Let me see.
Oh, they clicking up.
Yeah, it seems like it's like this exodus of like people who work together at Capcom. Okay, so it's Mikami and Kamiya. Like,
Oh, Kamiya from Platinum.
yeah,
Yeah, formerly Capcom Platinum. I see.
right.
I see.
So,
I see the through lines.
right. And all of those through lines started at Capcom, and now, like, they branched out, and there was Tango, and there was Platinum, and there was all this. And now it seems like they're centralizing under, like, a indie banner of their own. But they,
Yeah,
like,
I
they
fuck
have
with that.
non-compete, so, like, it's like a 1 year of like I can't do anything game related, and then that 1 year is up, and then it's like, oh, like it was the same thing with Kojima. Kojima couldn't really do anything for X amount of time after Metal Gear Solid 5 and all the shit went down with Konami. But then when Kojima was on his own, like it took like that set amount of like non-compete agreement time, and then after that it's like I'm a free agent. I started Kojima Studios. I'm signed to PlayStation. I'm making Death Stranding. Like
that's so lame that you get wrapped up in red tape and you just want to create, you know?
right. So like while it really sucks that Tango is gone, and like I still want to check out Ghostwire Tokyo, and I'm still like like
yeah, I hear it's decent and had like, you know, some good ideas.
Right. It seemed like
I hear it gets
probably
old
just
kind of quick.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an open world game in Tokyo, like on street level.
Yeah, that is cool.
And you're like
and
dealing with
monster
yokai.
Designs are pretty fucking sick.
And you're doing like fucking hand signs.
Right, Naruto hand signs, like dealing with the yokai, like.
Yep.
Yeah, even like Evil Within is not my thing. Like I don't like. Neither of those are up my alley. Right. But like I respect Evil Within, even though those aren't my thing. Like
Yeah. Like Evil Within, like 1 and 2, during the time that it came out, like during the action, Resident Evil being like an action art horror game, and Silent Hill being non-existent, and just like horror games going to shit, like
you see, there's going to be a Silent Hill transmission.
One more time?
There's going to be a Silent Hill transmission.
Yeah, I saw that.
For your car.
You excited?
No.
You ready to see Bloober Team's latest update on Silent Hill 2 Remake?
I am so not looking forward to being disappointed.
That's what that is?
Yeah, it's going to be so disappointing. I already know it.
You know, getting your hopes down actually isn't the worst thing.
Yeah, okay, so I did watch Fall Guys in the theater. I had no idea that it was going to be a good movie. Thought it was going to be a terrible movie. Went and saw it. It was a great movie. If I think Silent Hill 2 is going to be a terrible-ass remake, and it turns out to be a great remake,
it's not going to.
I'm a happy guy. It's going to be bad. I know it's going to be bad.
I know
the team. If it's better than bad, you're like...
okay. Yeah. If it's better than bad and the platinum's okay, then
it's going to be trash.
It's going to be...
And the platinum's okay? Meaning you're willing to wade through and get the platinum no matter what.
Like, if the platinum's not hard to achieve. Like a Persona game. Platinum in the Persona game is not hard.
Persona 5? Persona 4 Golden? Like, that is a platinum that well.
Regular Persona 5...
It's easy platinum.
Right. Base Persona 5 and Persona 4 Golden, neither of those lists, I will say, are easy in the slightest.
Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say that it's easy.
Base Persona 5?
Yeah.
Base okay, Persona my bad. 5? I did Persona
5 Royal and 3 Reload. Like, those are manageable platinums.
Yeah, because I'm...
Persona 4, like...
It's Persona 5! You gotta complete the compendium. Beat the twins. Summon... You gotta fuse and get Satanael by doing those 2 things that I mentioned before. You have to max out everybody in a playthrough.
Persona 3 is literally max out every single...
Yeah, but you can do that in one playthrough. Persona 4 Golden, like, locks you out of so much in your first playthrough that you have to do a second playthrough, and you have to do both playthroughs like day by day, like perfectly.
You have to do that, and you're probably also going to have to save scum.
Well, no, you don't have to save scum. Really,
you should. It will make your life.
I don't know what's the difficulty on getting the Persona 3 platinum. I'm just like actually being strategic with my
Persona 3 Royal.
Yeah.
Oh, not Royal. Reloaded?
Reloaded.
Honestly, I didn't check. Because I'm not trying to like do a perfect playthrough. by any sense. So I'm just kind of going through and having fun. That's how I'm trying to do it. Because I don't care enough about the confidants to really, but yeah, I gotta go max them all out. Like I don't get anything from it outside of perks refusing, and a lot of those
I mean, I will
arcanas
say
I
some
don't
of
end
them
up
are.
using for them anyway.
I will say some of the stories for the confidants are pretty good.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I just miss getting, a perk after I do this,
Oh, it's got a 3 out of 10 difficulty for Persona 3 Reload.
And now
On
look at
PSN
Persona 4
profile.
Golden.
PS4 Golden.
Persona? Did I say
Persona
PS4?
4 Golden.
Got me thinking. I'm like, damn, am I confusing a game with a whole
mean-
system?
I mean, you're not technically wrong. PS Persona.
PSN profiles. Here we go. Oh, it doesn't give a rating. Oh, it does. It's a 5 out of 10 difficulty. Okay, so it's like a little bit. It's a little more difficult.
That sounds like
3 out of 10 to 5 out of 10.
Check
Right.
Persona
I feel
5.
like Reload wasn't anything, or not Reload.
Royal.
Persona 5 Royal wasn't.
Yeah,
anything.
Royal.
You just literally just play the game right.
If you've played the game before, you can get the platinum in one run, and set up another save file just to go do this.
Well,
thing.
that was my first Persona game, and I was like, I got to the point where
wait.
Persona 5 Royal was my first Persona game.
I thought you played.
Bought me Persona 3 for the PS2.
No, I thought you played 4 Golden on PC before that.
I platinumed Persona.
I don't think that was out yet.
No, it wasn't. I beat Persona 5 Royal before the pandemic happened. Then the pandemic happens. That Persona 5 or Persona 4 Golden drops. I was like, well, might as well play the next one.
Yep.
So you never played base Persona?
Never played base Persona.
Oh, damn. So all you know.
I don't think I've played base Persona any of them. No, at this point, because Golden is not the base. I tried to play the what is it? The Persona 3 Portable. That wasn't great. It was not a great experience.
The music carries that game so hard.
It does. Yeah,
like the portable version, like as somebody who hasn't done the FemC route or anything like that, like I will play the beginning of Persona 3 Portable.
Like swears by.
Yeah, but I mean, if I want to, my thing is, if I want that content, I'll do it after I do Persona 3 Reload. Play like the definitive edition of like the game as the male character, get the story, have all that stuff, and then if I want to, Persona
I really just want
Portable,
the answer, which tells the story after the game.
Right, and we know we're getting that.
Yeah, we're getting that, which is cool. That's why I at least gotta beat it by the time that comes out. So I gotta beat it before 14 drops.
Well, Madrid, you got anything else you want to hit on from MomoCon?
From MomoCon, no, I just always appreciate seeing ridiculous ass cosplays. Either in the sense of the character in the cosplay itself is ridiculous, based on who it is, or their version of that, and then also the ones that are super intricate and clearly massive and yo, how are you? You're in a robot. What are you doing? I saw a lot of Helldivers. That was fun.
Yeah, the Helldivers.
I saw so many Bandit Keith Kinjakus. It made my heart smile. I was like, damn, no, should have been here. And pretty much all of them were black too.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I love that. I love that.
that too.
I saw
Hell yeah.
the cosplay I saw the absolute most out of anything was Toji. Like
Yes, as somebody who cosplayed Toji, yes, there was a lot of that. I just didn't have the worm, so
there were a lot of worms.
Would have been cool.
A lot of worms.
It's so easy. Like you don't even need to actually buy his fit. You can just throw on pants, tight black shirt.
I mean it's like giant sweatpants and a tight ass black shirt.
Yep, and then people would have the worm. Like it's like the same like plush worm that everybody had. That
I had a crossroads. I was like, I could buy the spear or I could buy the worm. How about the spear? I'm gonna send it back though and get my money back.
Buy it from Amazon, you got like 30 days to return it.
Yeah.
I got a Kirby
Actual.
at MomoCon.
You got a Kirby?
Yep.
Hey. I'll show you all my figures. Why not?
I'm be mad. I'm be honest.
This is the one, Chris, you really got to get the video. Oh yeah, this Kirby is like dope at sitting. It was sitting on my Switch when I grabbed it. Like Kirby will be posted places.
So I did get I went to the manga room and got the mystery manga. Let's see.
It's still a mystery. There we go. Ooh. You gotta take off your blur.
Yeah, I gotta turn off my blur. Turn off
Blur.
the blur.
Blur.
The blur.
Hey.
The Blur Witch Project.
I guess I'll grab.
So whatever the fuck this is.
Oh, it's Tokyo
Okay.
Pop.
Yeah, it's the Tokyo. There was a lot of Tokyo Pops. I was like, oh yeah, let me get some shit like Legal Drug or Get Backers. I remember seeing that, and then I also got this.
Biscuit Hammer.
It's a combo.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Ooh.
So those are my mystery mangas. I got this Sanji Stealth Black edition. I'm not gonna take it out of box until I move, because I don't feel like dealing with that.
It'd be like that.
And then, of course, I got.
That's clean. That's clean.
If you wanna see some action, gotta be the center of attraction.
This is why you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Watch our life.
So yeah, I got a couple of the real ones here.
Right. I knew I wanted to get something Pokemon related when I walked into the con, but it seemed like the holy grail of Pokemon related things was a Go Plus Plus, and since I already had one, like everything else, no. I went into this like booth that was selling plushes, and I saw a giant Torchic, and I didn't see a price on it, but I looked to the left, and the small plushes were $25, and those were like a quarter of the size of the Torchic. I'm like, oh, so this is minimum $100 for this Torchic. That's not happening.
Yo, those massive Pokemon are expensive as fuck.
Right. So then it was right after that. I was like, I want a Kirby. And I found one thing that would have had the Kirby that I wanted, and I got 2 blind boxes. Because I didn't just get to straight up buy this Kirby. Like, the shop had 2 Kirby blind boxes, and I had the option of Waddle Dee with a bandana, Waddle Dee without a bandana, Meta Knight, or Kirby. And I was like,
Waddle Dee.
Childish.
Oh man! Well, I don't know why that's so fucking funny. It's because he waddles.
I like Waddle Dee's color scheme, like the orange.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, but so I got 2 blind boxes. Yep.
This way.
I had Angelina open one, and I opened one. I opened mine, got Waddle Dee with a bandana. Angelina looked at me, and I'm like, oh, damn. she probably also got a Waddle Dee with the bandana because it's always a crapshoot when you're buying blind boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then she showed me, and I got my pink puffball Kirby, and yeah.
Love
So
it.
I think I talked about it last week, but 2024 has been a real hardcore Kirby year. Like I
Yeah.
got my first Kirby shirt. I'm seeing Kirby like everywhere. Like one of
Mhm.
my old coworkers came by my job and she had a Kirby
down.
lanyard. Like I've been seeing like Kirby license plate. Like Kirby merch has been like super prevalent. I'm seeing it more than I'm seeing Pokemon stuff.
Like this, like no hyperbole, no hyperbole, but Kirby's design is actually perfect.
Yeah, peak fiction,
Yeah.
peak design.
It is actually perfect.
Thank you.
They're completely round. They got these little arms, and they got these little pink shoes. A deeper pink shoe, a hot pink shoe to go with its soft pink body, and it's got the little blush permanently there, and just this look on his face, and he will absorb you.
Yeah.
That's one.
I've been
Do you
playing
think Kirby is furry or fleshy?
squishy. Like
I'm sure he's squishy, but is he furry or fleshy?
I think
If he's fleshy, that takes away from him a lot.
if those are the only two options, like it'd be fleshy,
Would you prefer scaly?
No.
but it'd be like the texture of like a dodgeball. Like I think it'd be like Kirby's skin is skin, but
But
it's
dodgeball
like
is like textured though. It's got those.
Yeah,
little,
it's got like
right.
tiny little
so you can
hairs.
really grip it, so you can and really beam somebody with this. You never beamed somebody with a dodgeball?
Oh yeah.
In the
I
face
just
specifically?
like looked at Kirby and slick thought about beaming somebody with Kirby, but I don't
With a
think that would
Kirby?
hurt.
Oh, you
It doesn't
haven't done
have
that
to.
in Smash Bros?
Use Kirby like and beam somebody like with a
As
dodgeball.
as a projectile?
Yeah.
You can pick up Kirby like an item and toss him like a projectile?
You can pick up anybody and toss them like a projectile.
I mean,
Depending on what your character, they throw at a really, like, they throw at a high rate at one direction.
yeah, but Kirby's never colliding with somebody.
Yeah, but you grab them.
I just hear the squeaky toy. On impact.
Bing!
Like SpongeBob working out. Yeah. No, those are really my main takeaways from MomoCon. Perhaps if I go next year, I'll engage more with the panels.
Yeah, I went to the music of Final Fantasy 14 panel, and
That's where they took away theater rhythm.
it's because they had this podcast that's not even on podcast services got a panel. I was like, oh, I'll check y'all out because I just sat and listened to y'all for an hour talk about the music of Final Fantasy 14, and at no point were you wrong. So, and then I looked them up on podcast services. I'm like, all right, if they get a panel and we don't get a panel, that's some bullshit.
Bullshit.
Did we ever apply or did we just?
No, but next year we're.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
Yeah. 2025 is our year, y'all.
Yeah.
Lock it down. Yeah.
Will we
New
hit?
studio.
We'll hit episode 300 this year. I think. There's more than 17
We
weeks
got
left.
17 episodes.
Are there more than 17 weeks left? Oh yeah, we haven't hit the halfway point yet.
We have not hit the halfway.
Are y'all sure? It feels like it.
We're close to the halfway point.
Actually,
That's
the
why I was
halfway
kinda
the halfway point is next week.
Is it? Oh, because June, yeah. That makes sense.
Right, that's why I'm like.
There's 52 weeks in a year, so half of 52.
Yeah.
20,
I don't want to do math.
21, 26.
26.
I don't know. Yeah. So we're going to be cutting it kind of close. We only have like 9
Is it
weeks to
21?
spare. It's
All right, we
25.
all dress
25?
up for the 300th episode. We all dress up like Spartans.
I'm down. Wait, Akatsuki, we
Gotta get
gotta.
this at work.
Oh. Yeah, you really just have a spear and a shield and like a little
hang down.
cloak.
I still wish I had gotten the God of War Ragnarok Collector's Edition just so I could have gotten that ring that turned into a spear.
Drop near?
Yeah.
Does it actually turn into a spear?
No. It's just a ring, but like having the context of that ring from that game,
that shit's so fucking cool.
Right.
Oh man, I was like, damn, I didn't know how bad I needed this shit. This shit's so fucking cool. I went out of my way not to use the other weapons. That shit was so cool.
Yeah, that. When, like, the moment Kratos got stoked and was like, he's like, the spear is the first tool a Spartan child learns to wield. And he's just beating the shit out of somebody with it.
Like, relax, bro. We get it. You like war.
You're like the god of it or whatever.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. You got fired. Quit. Semantics.
You got demoted. You made a lateral move but somehow got demoted.
You've been demoted to demigod of war.
No.
Or a god of minor engagements. I don't know which is worse.
God of civil squabbles.
The Lord of Small Claims Court. Oh man. But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. That Discord button is your best friend on there.
Mm-hmm.
If you've listened this far, give us 5-star ratings on whatever podcast service you're listening to us on, because it helps us in the algorithm. You could be one of several more people listening to the Cheesy Controller podcast if you just, drop a 5-star.
Join us.
You can follow me on Instagram at Anton, the number 6 with 2 X's. Madrid, where can people find you?
And you can find me at X_Spain on Instagram as well. I need to not be on there as much.
And not Madrid. Chris?
You can find me nowhere, but hit us up on cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Let us know what kind of content you want to hear. Hit us up in the Discord. That's where we are at, playing video games.
A question box. You could just drop it in there.
Yeah, there's a question box if you just want to do that. Also, check us out on YouTube, Cheesy Controller Podcast, if you want to hear our mannerisms, see us do things. Yeah, that's it.
All right. This has been a Know It's Good production. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi. The video version is edited by Chris, which is why he was pushing you towards the YouTube.
Always.
Until next time, keep it cheesy.